welcome to Meet the Diplomat. Today we have with us Mr. Francisco da Camara Gomes, Ambassador, Head of Delegation of the European Commission to India. Hello.
Namaste.
Let's start with the strategic partnership that EU has with only 5 countries, that's USA, Canada, Russia, Japan and China. And India is seen as a regional or global power. It's growing every day. What is your comment on this?
I think India was a very important regional power till a few years ago, but nowadays it should be considered as a key player in the global stage. Is a big power in the making, and now is the country that everybody wants to consult before any major event. So we have to consider India among the greatest nations, and that's why we have a strategic partnership that equates India with the United States, with China, with Russia, with Japan. This is the league and where India is now playing.
First India-EU summit was held in Lisbon in June 2000, and since then we have had around 6 summits. How has it grown these 7 years?
When we started, we just wanted to add a political dimension to a relationship was already quite close, and but based essentially on trade and economic issues and cooperation. And that's why we had this first summit, to add the political dimension. And ever since, obviously, the political dimension has been growing because we are more and more involved together in lots of important issues on the world stage. But other areas of activity have appeared. Science and technology, scientific and technological research, civil aviation, you name it. I mean, many areas of common interest are now
explored.
Yeah, are explored now and are part of our daily work with India.
The most concrete thing that has come out of those 7 summits held in last 7 years?
The most complete one was the adoption last year of the Joint Action Plan, which is designed to give a practical content to the strategic partnership. It's very good of speaking about strategic partnership. It's everybody can understand the concept. But people would ask, what's the outcome of it? What are you doing in practical terms? And then this joint action plan lists all the activities to be undertaken jointly, that to give a practical content to the strategic partnership. I think this is the major achievement. And this is preparing very good results, because this year at the last summit in Helsinki, a report was submitted on the implementation over 1 year. You would say 1 year is not enough to judge, perhaps we need more time. But already, over 1 year, you can also see that we are making progress in all areas of common interest at the same time.
Some more areas that you think need to be explored with India?
I think one important area would be maritime transport.
That has already been, the talk has already been started.
Yes, the talk, but we have not made much progress on that. We have the intention of signing a maritime transport agreement. We have started talks, but we still are far from reaching an agreement. I think that is important. Why? It's important because if you look at the trade, which is growing trade between India and the European Union, you see that trade in goods is a very important part of it and growing very fast. Most of these goods are transported by ship, by maritime transport. So that's important that we can have an agreement on that. For bono.
So where is the roadblock?
The roadblock is probably the parties have not yet found where the common ground is. I mean, we are still in the exploratory phase of negotiation, where each part is saying what its interest is, and not yet having found a way of making it a win-win situation where both can win. That will come later, at a later phase.
In the 7th India-EU summit that was held in Helsinki on 13th of October 2006, it was agreed to strengthen the relationship and the dialogues on disarmament and non-proliferation, plus to fight against terrorism. How have we started to move on this road? Recently,
we had the visitor in New Delhi of Mr. De Vries, who is the man in charge of coordination of the anti-terrorist activities inside the European Union. He came here to meet his counterparts within the Indian administration. This is the first. And obviously this is an area where you cannot announce publicly what is being done, but I mean it's quite important. We are sharing information, sharing experiences and sharing intelligence and things like that. All that is of the utmost importance, because all of us under the threat of international terrorism.
No, but India has been fighting terrorism for a long, long time,
So we have.
for many years.
Yeah.
And India was always vocal on this and raised voice against terrorism. But neither America nor European countries bothered to pay any heed on this. But now, as they have started to suffer from the same disease, they have started to, give a concern on this.
Yeah, you are right in saying that people have to experience themselves the evil of terrorism to wake up to the danger of it.
So only the wearer knows where the shoe pinches.
Yes, but I mean, we have been suffering from terrorism for long ago. Remember, in Italy and in Germany, as far back as the 70s, there were these terrorist networks that created a lot of trouble. In Spain, there is in Northern Ireland, there was terrorism. And we have been all suffering from this disease. What is new is the global dimension of it. All these terrorist experiences we have in the past were isolated cases linked with some regional conflict. Now we have a global threat that is threatening everybody at the same time with no distinction of borders or regions. That's the new dimension that we are now fighting together.
But has EU thought to intervene in the matter of India and Pakistan? Because
no, we don't believe it's necessary. We wish well, and we are quite pleased that the composite dialogue continues, and slowly India and Pakistan are finding common ground in some areas. Confidence building measures have been taken, some progress have been made, and all that we welcome, and we congratulate both countries for their progress. But we don't believe that a third-party interference on that will help in any way. I think this is one of those areas where the two countries should be left alone to solve the problem bilaterally without any external pressure or interference.
There are more issues to talk about. Before that, we'll take a short break. Keep watching Meet the Diplomat.